Atlanta streets are on fire with speculation. And fans of love and hip-hop, Atlanta Season 13 are clutching their pearls tighter than ever. The drama has officially reached fever pitch, and it's all thanks to a moment that left jaws on the ground and the internet ablaze. It happened fast, too fast for anyone to stop it. In what's now being called the Kala herd around ATL Bambi, the ever-fierce queen of confrontation didn't just stir the pot, she flipped the entire table. Cameras caught every second as she boldly called out RayFace's unexplained absence, sending shockwaves through the cast, production, and fan base alike. And trust us when we say RayFace's silence is louder than words. The confrontation wasn't scripted, wasn't planned. This was raw, real, and riddled with betrayal. One moment, Bambi was sipping wine with her usual chill. And the next, she was standing up, pointing fingers and throwing verbal jabs that echoed through the lounge like grenades. He been ghosting everybody, like he ain't got no obligations. She yelled, her voice cracking with frustration. You think you can skip out and not explain nothing to nobody? Nah, not on my watch. Castmates were left stunned. Scrappy was speechless. Sierra blinked in disbelief. Rashida's face said it all. This wasn't drama, it was war. And the viewers? Oh, they lit up Twitter in seconds. Hashtags like hashtag where is RayFace, hashtag Bambi snapped, and hashtag LHHATL meltdown started trending within minutes. But what made Bambi snap? What's the real tea behind RayFace going MIA when filming resumed? Was it a contract issue? Or something far more personal? And why does it feel like half the cast already knew the truth, but kept it hidden? This wasn't just a random outburst. No, this was the beginning of something bigger, something explosive. Because once Bambi opened her mouth, she didn't just expose RayFace. She unleashed a chain reaction that's threatening to tear friendships, alliances, and maybe even families apart. And tonight, we're spilling every single drop of the behind-the-scenes drama that Bravo didn't want you to know. Strap in, because we're about to break down the full 5,600-word saga behind Bambi's bombshell. The fallout that followed and the shocking secrets that just might end Season 13 in total chaos. It all began at what was supposed to be just another casual cast gathering, a chill lounge night set up by production to break the tension after weeks of simmering conflicts and behind-the-scenes no-shows. The mood was light, there was music, drinks were flowing. Cast members were settling into their seats, catching up on old drama, flirting across tables, and throwing shade with that signature LHHATL flair. But then Bambi walked in late-tanned. She wasn't smiling. With her signature long weave cascading down her shoulders and that unmistakable air of "don't mess with me" surrounding her. She commanded attention without saying a word, but everyone could feel something was off. She didn't even look at Scrappy. She walked straight past Rashida, ignored Sierra's compliment on her outfit, and beelined to the end of the bar where the production crew was still adjusting cameras. That's when the tension in the air thickened like Georgia humidity. Then came the moment that flipped the room upside down. So, y'all really thought we wasn't going to talk about how RayFace been Mia? Bambi suddenly announced, voice raised loud enough to echo across the lounge. The record could have scratched. Glasses clinked midair. Even the bartender froze. Rashida's jaw slightly dropped. Scrappy gave Bambi that not now look, but it was too late. And the camera was already rolling. Bambi turned around slowly, eyes locked on the cast like she was about to lay out a deck of secrets one by one. This man been gone for what, 3 tapings? No calls, no texts, but y'all still sitting here like it's normal? Her voice cracked with anger, frustration, and maybe even some hurt. It wasn't just about RayFace disappearing, it was what his absence represented. Abandonment, disrespect, and possibly betrayal. Sierra tried to play peacemaker. Girl, maybe he got family stuff, you know. RayFace don't like people in his... Business. But Bambi snapped back. This ain't about business. This is reality TV, baby. If you ain't gonna show up for your scenes, don't sign the contract. Scrappy tried to step in, pulling Bambi gently by the arm. Come on, Bam, let's not do this here, he whispered. But she shrugged him off, her voice rising with every word. I'm tired of people being fake. Tired of the sneaky behavior. You want to disappear? Cool. But don't expect me to stay silent while the rest of us out here expose in our lives. Our families are paying for what? For him to ghost like he too good for all this. That's when Carly Red, who had been suspiciously quiet until now, chimed in with a devilish smirk. Y'all don't know why he's missing, do you? That one sentence dropped like a bomb. Everyone turned to her. Bambi narrowed her eyes. Carly, you better spill right now. Carly leaned in over her drink. Let's just say, somebody from this very cast Matuve had something to do with his little disappearing act. The table went wild. Murmurs, gasps. Rashida leaned forward with a sharp glare. Don't play games, Carly. Either you say it or zip it. But Carly just winked and took a sip of her cocktail, letting the suspense boil. Bambi, now shaking, her head looked around the table. You mean to tell me y'all knew something was going on with RayFace and didn't tell me? Her voice cracked this time not from anger, but from the sting of betrayal. Y'all really out here smiling? In my face, filming scenes like everything good. And y'all knew this man was gone for a reason. The silence said it all. The cast was divided. Some looked away, others sat stone-faced. Even Scrappy didn't have a comeback. That was the confirmation Bambi didn't even want. Eyes welled up. This ain't about just one scene. It's about loyalty. And clearly, some of y'all ain't got that in your vocabulary. The camera zoomed in as she stood up. If I don't get answers tonight, I will go to the blogs. Don't test me. And just like that, she walked out, leaving a trail of stunned silence behind her. But as the door swung shut, a whisper started building around the Tabala. Whisper that would soon turn into a storm. Rashida, never one to stay quiet when things get messy, leaned forward toward Carly. You know something for real, or are you just stirring the pot again? Carly didn't flinch. Let's just say RayFace got a reason to be gone. It's sitting at this table. The cast erupted. Sierra stood up. Girl, who you accusing? Say names? But Carly stayed cryptic. I'm just saying, check y'all demiz. One of y'all been getting real close to him off Kimura. Too close. And that's when phones came out. Everyone was scrolling, eyes widening. A few seconds later, Spice gasped. Nah, ain't. No way. That's when Scrappy's phone buzzed. He opened a message that made his face drop. No words, just a single photo. RayFace with his arm around another cast member someone married. Someone who'd been acting a little too innocent lately, Scrappy whispered. Yo, this just got messy as hell. As Sierra stared at her screen in disbelief and Rashida tried to process what she was reading, the camera crew knew this wasn't just another petty calote. This was the start of a major fallout. Production paused the filming. One of the producers tried to gather the cast for a break, but no one moved. Because in that moment, the cast realized they weren't just dealing with an absent castmate anymore. They were sitting in the middle of a secret that had been bubbling for weeks, maybe longer, and it was about to blow wide open. And outside the lounge, Bambi was pacing in the parking lot, on the phone. If y'all don't get me a meeting with RayFace tomorrow, I swear to God, I'm walking. Y'all playing with me like I won't burn this whole set down. But the thing was, RayFace wasn't answering anyone. Not production. Not his friends. And definitely not Bambi. Because what nobody knew yet was that RayFace had already left Atlanta, and he wasn't alone. While chaos brewed inside the lounge, outside, Bambi paced in circles with her phone pressed tightly to her ear, seething with frustration. I don't care who you gotta call, she snapped at the producer on the other end. Y'all, let this man ghost the whole show. disappear with somebody's wife, and I'm supposed to just film like everything peachy. Nah, I'm Don Bean, the one that keeps it cute. Her voice cracked again, this time with a tremble that mixed rage and heartbreak. Bambi wasn't just upset about RayFace not showing up, she was feeling something deeper. Betrayal from the man she once helped bring into the show, humiliation in front of the whole cast. And confusion, because if RayFace really ran off with a fellow cast member, why didn't anyone warn her? Inside, the tension hadn't cooled either. Phones were still out and messages were flying back and forth like wildfire. Carly, meanwhile, was enjoying every second. I told y'all, this season was gonna be different, she smirked. Sierra slammed her phone down. This is messy AF. If that's really who he left with, then she'd better not come near me. I don't care what the cameras say, I ain't faking no scenes with a liar. Scrappy finally broke his silence. I'm gonna say this one time, he said slowly. If RayFace got caught up with somebody's girl from this table, that's on him. But if any of y'all knew and y'all didn't say nothing to Bam, that's some snake stuff. The accusation in his voice hung thick in the air. No one responded. Spice shook her head. This whole show turning into Clue-like. We gotta guess who the side chick is. Suddenly, Rashida's phone rang. She picked it up quickly. Yeah, what? Hold up. Say that again? Her eyes darted around the room as she listened. You serious? Right now? She lowered the phone. That was production. They said RayFace just posted something on his close friend's story. It's bad. The room froze. He's sending it to all of us now. Seconds later, everyone's phones buzzed at once. It was a short video clip, obviously filmed somewhere tropical. RayFace was shirtless, sunglasses on, sipping from a coconut drink. A woman sat next to him back to the camera, but her voice gave her away instantly. They gon' be mad, huh? She giggled. 'Twas Erica Mina. Fans had been speculating for months about her return, but no one expected this. Erica's laugh echoed in the video as she leaned in close to RayFace. Let him talk. We good? The room went silent. No one moved. Even Carly was speechless for once. Bambi had just walked back into the building when she saw everyone frozen, staring at their phones. Rashida handed hers over without saying a word. Bambi pressed play, and everything in her body froze. Her eyes stayed locked on the screen. Her breath hitched. That voice, that laugh was unmistakable. She slowly handed the phone back and walked a few steps backward. Nah, you lying, she said, shaking her head in disbelief. Erica, are y'all serious right now? Scrappy looked away. He knew this was more than just gossip now. This was personal. The history between Bambi and Erica was well documented. Toxic. They had clashed for years, fought on and off camera, made up, then tore each other down again. For RayFace to vanish with her was the ultimate slap in the face. She really went behind my back, Bambi whispered. She really, wow. She'd been plotting this the whole time. Sierra tried to comfort her. Maybe it's not what it looks like. Bam! Maybe they just on some promo tip. But Bambi wasn't hearing it. Promo? You think I'm stupid? That ain't no storyline. That's real. That's him in her bed on her vacation, laughing like I don't exist. Scrappy stood up and took her hand. Come outside with me. You need to breathe? But she yanked her hand away. Nah, don't touch me. You sat there and said nothing while these people clowned me. You Ben knew something was off, and you said nothing? Her voice broke completely. You just liked them. When Carly couldn't hold it in anymore? Honestly, Bambi, we all been peeped the vibe. You was the only one still talking about RayFace, like he was loyal. We been saw the way he was watching Erica at that fashion show taping, but you was too busy being in love to see it. Rashida glared at her. Carly, not now. Bambi's whole body trembled. She backed away from the group, tears filling her eyes. Y'all fake. Every last one of y'all. Y'all sit up here, toasting drinks, calling each other sis. But y'all can't even tell me when a man I put on this show is creeping with my enemy. She turned and stormed out for the second time that night. But the storm didn't end there. That same night, fans started screen recording RayFace's story before he deleted it minutes later. Twitter exploded. Erica Mena and RayFace. One tweet read, "Bambi Buddha burn VH1 to the ground." Another user posted side-by-side screenshots of old scenes, one of Erica yelling in Bambi's face, the other of RayFace hugging her. The caption read, "Plot twist of the damn season." Back at the production house, the crew scrambled to figure out next steps. The show was supposed to be building towards Scrappy and Bambi's vow renewal storyline, not this. Producers debated pulling the footage from air, but the social media numbers were skyrocketing. Every second of silence from RayFace was being filled by fan theories, cast reactions, and gossip pages milking the drama dry. Even Spice went live that night, clearly still reeling, y'all. I just want to say I ain't know nothing about no Erica and RayFace, so don't come for me. But one thing I will say, Atlanta done lost its mind this season. Meanwhile, Erica Mena posted a selfie on her story the next morning, captioned, "No regrets. All vibes." The comment section was savage. Half the fans dragged her. Half celebrated her and Bambi. She deactivated her account by noon. She needed space. But space was the one thing no one gets when you're part of love and hip-hop. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get messier. A leaked voice note surfaced allegedly from RayFace himself, apologizing to someone unnamed for hurting her and admitting he caught feelings when he wasn't supposed to. Fans went into full detective mode. "That was Bambi's name," he almost said, one fan tweeted. But y'all not ready for that conversation? But Bambi wasn't done. By nightfall, she showed up unexpectedly at another cast member's house with cameras in tow on. She had one goal: to confront the person who helped Erica keep her secret. Because the betrayal didn't end with RayFace. It was only just beginning. Rain was drizzling lightly over Atlanta as production scrambled to set up last-minute lighting outside. Rashida and Kirk's compound-style home, where the next cast gathering was supposed to be a low-stakes sit-down. But nothing was low-stakes anymore. The energy was off from the moment the first cast members arrived. Scrappy was visibly drained. Rashida looked like she hadn't slept all night. And Carly, for once, actually looked nervous. They were all waiting for Bambi. But what they didn't know was that Bambi wasn't coming quietly. She had already told production, "If I show up, I'm coming with receipts and I'm naming names. Y'all better be ready to bleep a lot of this out." When her SUV pulled up, it was like a slow-motion movie scene. Bambi stepped out in all-black, slick-back ponytail, no jewelry, no accessories, just war. She wasn't dressed to impress. She was dressed to confront. Cameras followed as she walked into the backyard like she was storming a battlefield. And right behind her was Yoni, one of the show's former hairstylists who had recently started working behind the scenes again. He looked nervous. That's because Bambi brought him not as a stylist, but as a witness. "You can roll." The cameras now. Bambi snapped at the producers. "All wanted drama? I brought you the whole funeral." Everyone fell silent. Scrappy stood up, half confused, half scared. "What's going on?" Bambi looked directly at Rashida. "Tell your girl she might want to step away. This ain't about no fashion, no show, it's about betrayal." Rashida's eyes narrowed. "What girl?" Bambi looked straight at Sierra. The air got sucked right out of the room. Sierra stepped back, eyes wide. "Wait me. Girl, what are you even talking about?" Bambi turned to Yoni. "Tell them." He nodded slowly. "So, a few weeks ago, I was working on Sierra's glam, right? And her phone kept going off. She stepped out, thought I wasn't listening, but I heard everything. She was on the phone with Erica, saying, and I quote, 'I'll keep her distracted. You keep him happy.' Sierra lost it. 'You are lying, Yoni. Don't play with me right now. But Yoni didn't back down. I ain't got no reason to lie. I told Bam because I felt bad. Y'all was playing her like a fool, and I wasn't going to be a part of that. Rashida looked from Yoni to Sierra. Is this true? Sierra turned defensive. Y'all really gone believe a stylist over me? Really? Carly folded her arms. You do have a habit of getting caught in the middle of other people's mess. Sierra turned to her. Oh, shut up, Carly. Like you're Miss Innocent. Bambi wasn't done. I was at home defending my man, thinking everyone else was the problem. Turns out it was the people closest to me. I introduced RayFace's to y'all. I vouched for him. And while I was out here filming, giving my soul to this show, he was laid up in a villa with Erica, and Sierra was playing messenger. The tears were back, but this time they weren't weakness. They were rage. You know what hurts most? Bambi said quietly. Not even RayFace's, not even Erica. It's y'all. The fake hugs, the fake loyalty. It's the way y'all let me walk around like I wasn't the punchline of your inside joke. Scrappy finally spoke up. I ain't know about no Sierra and Erica alliance, but I did know. RayFace's wasn't where he was supposed to be. I just didn't want to be the one to break your heart, Bambi scoffed. You let the internet break it instead. Sierra stepped toward Bambi. You really believe I helped Erica pull some scheme on you? Girl, I would never do that. Erica is toxic. But Bambi pulled out her phone. So explain this. She played a voice, Noterica's voice, loud and clear. Sierra said she'll make sure Bambi's busy during filming. We good? Don't suspect a thing. Sierra's face turned to stone. Spice covered her mouth. Oh my God, Sierra couldn't even speak. That's edited, she whispered. That's fake. But no one believed her. Carly shook her head. The internet, about to eat this up. I give you 20 minutes before the Shade Room posts this clip. Rashida leaned back. We gotta shut this down. This ain't no love and hip-hop, it's betrayal and public executions. But Bambi wasn't stopping. There's more. She looked at Scrappy. You really thought this was just about RayFace's? No. This about the culture on this cast. The fake sisterhood. The alliances. The manipulation. Her voice dropped. Y'all all think you above? It until the camera turns on you. And then, the moment no one expected, RayFace's himself called in. One of the producers' phones lit up. FaceTime from R. They answered, and Bambi snatched the phone. You've got something to say? RayFace's was shirtless again, clearly. Still in paradise. He didn't look remorseful. He didn't look ashamed. He looked done. No, really acting like I committed a crime, he said. Me and Bambi wasn't even solid. Kay was cool, but we wasn't exclusive. I kept it real. Bambi screamed real. You disappeared mid-shoot and ran off with a cast member who hates me. RayFace's laughed. Y'all care more about drama than truth? I'm off this reality SHT. He hung up. Silence. Devastating silence. Spice whispered. He really? Gone? And that was it. No apology, no resolution. It's just a FaceTime dismissal, like Bambi was some random in his phone. Rashida hugged her tightly. Girl, don't let him break you. This ain't the end. But Bambi stood there, tears staining, her lashes staring into nothing. Oh, it's the end, she said. But not for me, for them. I got one more card to play, 'cause little did anyone know Bambi wasn't just exposing secrets. She was about to release them. The morning after the explosive FaceTime and Bambi's confrontation at Rashida's house, Atlanta woke up to chaos. Fans were still reeling from the now viral clips circulating all over TikTok and Twitter. With the hashtag Erica and RayFace's trending #2 in the US, but Bambi. She wasn't curled up crying. She wasn't hiding. No, Bambi was in full beast mode. It's at exactly 10 a.m. Dropped a 12-minute Instagram video titled, Since Nobody Want to Tell the Truth? And within minutes, over 600,000 people had tuned in live. What they saw wasn't the usual influencer-style live with filters and lighting. No, it was Bambi raw. No makeup, messy bun, tears already dried. She was done playing nice. I put people on, I gave them shine. I brought RayFace's onto this platform because I believed in him, not because I needed a storyline. And what did I get? Played by him, by Erica, by Sierra, and maybe even more folks that ain't shown their face yet. She leaned in closer to the camera. You think I didn't keep receipts? Baby, I've been in this game too long not to. Have backups. Let's go down the timeline, shall we? And that's when she started playing audio files. Real clips of Erica and Sierra talking trash about her, allegedly from a group chat someone leaked to her weeks ago. There was even a voice note of Erica laughing, saying once RayFace hits, to be too embarrassed to show up to set. Watch. Then Bambi showed texts between her and RayFace that proved he'd been saying I love you only a few days before disappearing. Then came screenshots, a whole folder of them. And just like that, the internet exploded again. Meanwhile, the cast was in shock. Rashida posted a cryptic IG story. Don't get mad when the storm you created starts raining on you. Carly Red did what Carly always does. She went live sipping wine, saying, I told y'all this season would be historic. Baby, we making Emmy-worthy chaos. Scrappy didn't say anything. He just posted a black screen with the word enough. Fans speculated it was directed at Bambi, but insiders say it was actually aimed at RayFace, whose silence was deafening. After Bambi's video dropped, Sierra, however, was in full panic mode. Her PR team released a statement claiming the audio was deep-faked, that she had never intentionally sabotaged Bambi, and that drama is being manufactured for clout. But no one bought it. The blogs dragged her, fans unfollowed her and Bambi. She posted a single tweet. Receipts don't lie, people do. By noon, VH1 had officially stepped in. A statement was released saying, the network does not condone off-screen behavior that violates the trust and well-being of our cast. An internal investigation is underway. That sent fans into a spiral. Was RayFace being fired? Would Erica be banned from rejoining the main cast? And was Bambi still under contract, or had she just scorched every bridge in Atlanta? What no one expected was what happened that evening, 7 p.m. The cast had been scheduled to film a closed door mediation scene between Bambi, Sierra, and Scrappy. Production thought it would be quiet, controlled, but Bambi walked in with her own camera crew. I'm filming for my own docuseries now, she told producers flatly. This ain't just your narrative anymore. This is mine. Sierra sat across the table, arms folded. You really think the world needed to see our dirty laundry like that? Bambi didn't blink. We already saw it. I just gave M the spin cycle. Scrappy sighed. Can we just talk without y'all going for blood, please? But Bambi wasn't interested in peace talks. I'm not mad anymore, she said calmly. I'm focused. I'm building. I've got people reaching out to work with me because they see what I bring, the loyalty, the transparency, the realness y'all try to fake. Sierra, still clinging to her innocence, tried one last time. I messed up. I trusted the wrong person, Erica. I didn't think it would go that far. I swear I didn't. But Bambi simply said, you helped her. You told her where I'd be filming. You kept her secrets instead of mine. That ain't a mistake. That's a choice. Scrappy looked from one to the other. Y'all want war or y'all want healing? Because right now we losing more than ratings. We losing each other. But it was already too late for healing. Bambi stood up, looked around the set one last time, and delivered her final line. This show made me famous. But y'all forgotty made me powerful. And now I'm taking that power back. She walked out. Cameras followed, but she didn't stop. She got in her SUV, slammed the door shut, and pulled off into the night. And that is how Bambi ended season 13. Within 24 hours, she launched her own YouTube channel, her premiere video. The truth about RayFace, Erica, and what really went down. It's racked up 2.4 million views in a day. The comments were flooded with fans saying things like, Bambi is the queen of this franchise, and she carried this season on her back. As for RayFace, still silent. Erica posted another smug bikini photo with the caption, "Y'all, stay mad, I stay moisturized." Sierra went on hiatus. Scrappy retreated from social media altogether, and VH1, let's just say, they're already in talks for a season 14 centered entirely around Bambi's comeback, rumored to include an all-new cast handpicked by her. The streets of Atlanta are buzzing. The fans are watching, and the message is clear. Bambi may have walked away from the table, but she's about to build her own empire. And just like that, what began as a missing cast member spiraled into one of the most explosive scandals in love and hip-hop. Atlanta history. RayFace vanished without a trace. Erica Mena crept back into the spotlight through the back door of betrayal. Sierra fumbled friendships she claimed were unshakable. And Bambi. She rose from the ashes like a queen who's been burned, rebuilt, and reborn, stronger, louder, and more unbothered than ever before. Fans are still reeling, alliances are shattered, and trust is officially a thing of the past. The streets of Atlanta may never be the same again in season 13. It's just handed us a finale that even the producers couldn't have written better. From secret voice notes to betrayal screenshots, from dramatic walkouts to revenge-fueled FaceTime calls, this season proved one thing above all: no one is safe when the truth finally comes out. So now we've got to ask you, the real MVPs of the fandom, what's your take on this nuclear meltdown? Do you believe Sierra was a willing accomplice? Or just another pawn in Erica's twisted game? Was RayFace always playing both sides? Or did he fall into something deeper than he expected? And do you think Bambi made the right call by going public with everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read everything. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit that subscribe bell, and share this video with someone who loves drama just as much as we do. Because trust us, this story isn't over, it's just getting started. New secrets, new cast members, new drama, and one woman who's taking back the throne. This is Atlanta. This is Love and Hip Hop. And this changes everything. Everything.